Okay, right now I'm at work, alright, and just hear me out. So, I have this going on in my head, and if I don't get it out now, I'm probably going to completely forget. But my theory with how Digital Circus came about. So, Kinger, he maybe in his 50s was like, I love my kids, and decided that he would like to create something that would just be very involving, and the circus is based off of kids. Now, 40s, 50s, and he's got some young kids. So then he's thinking, why don't I create something that would be fun for them? Because, Gen Alpha things. And they are now, in the beta phase, where they're trying to make sure the kinks are all working, and he decides to have his wife nearby, and he starts it out. So then he, once the beta phase is done, he's in K&A, he then puts on the headset and is completely sucked in. His wife sees this. She freaks out. So then she's like, wait, what happened? Why has he disappeared? Well, then his wife, Queenie, goes in, and boom, she just fell into the trap as well. So now they're both in there. Now Kane comes in, and he introduces himself, and at first Kinger thought, I can take off my headset, and then Queenie comes in. And he's like, wait, what happened? How come you're here and stuff? And so now he's freaking out, but also really happy of his work that, this looks so good. Now they're stuck in there. And Kinger is just getting used to it. Okay, so now they are in there, and since Queenie's here, he's like, okay, why don't we just enjoy this together? Queenie's trying to talk to him about the whole thing, but he's just really interested in how this game is going on. So then he asks Kane, hey, how about we do a little adventure? And Kane's like, perfect. I have the best adventures for you. These are some kid-friendly adventures. They're doing a treasure hunt or something. They're he goes on a couple adventures, and then he's like, all right, I think I'm ready to go back to work and make sure this is all good to go. But before that, there's the adventures, like I said, treasure hunting, playing at the beach, making a sandcastle. Queenie starts to get involved. She's still a little concerned, but since her husband's happy, she's gonna be happy. And then he's like, hey honey, come here, I want to show you something. And there's just these little bugs just coming around, because he's not really into them at first, but then she shows him just how beautiful life is. And then the butterfly, now they're very interested. And then she's like, hey honey, after the end of that beach one, she's like, hey honey, there's an issue. You disappeared when you put on the headset. That's why I'm here. Now Kinger's kind of freaking out. He's like, wait, I disappeared? What do you mean? She's like, I don't know, you just got sucked into the headset, and so I was worried, and then I came in. Now you're sucked in the headset. Now they're both in there. And then who knows what the list of people came in as. I mean, there's a whole lot of doors and stuff, but now they have their own rooms and stuff. So yeah. And then I want to say that Kinger and Queenie both love doing chess with each other before they started creating this whole thing, where they couldn't do chess as much anymore, but they really love to do chess with each other. That's why Queenie is Queenie and Kinger is Kinger, because they love to play chess. Now they're stuck in there. They're not sure. Queenie's starting to freak out, but she's trying to get used to it. And now we're current day. I'm not exactly sure the events that follow with the other people that came in, but that's just my theory. What do you guys think?